If you're buying a business, you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. But what does that actually mean? Due diligence is the process of making sure that the business that you think you're buying is the business that you're actually buying. So what I mean by this is sometimes the seller may provide information about the business, but due diligence is your opportunity to really inspect and verify everything that the seller has told you, and your opportunity to ask the seller questions, get information to review and analyze, and be able to decide whether or not you want to move forward with the business purchase. If you've ever bought a home, it's similar. So with a home, maybe you saw some pictures online and you said, maybe this is a fantastic house that I would love to buy and live in. So once you set up a tour, you walk in and you take a look around to see if maybe the real life version of this home matches up with the pictures. Perhaps you find out that maybe the paint color is a little different. Maybe the homeowner posted some old photos. Perhaps the things that they said were in good condition might need to be repaired or replaced. Or you might also see some places for opportunity to improve the home, and that might have been what you were looking for, a place where you could do some value add. You may also get a home inspector to come in, take a look at the home, and provide you with that report. And based on what they say, you will continue to negotiate with the seller. In the same way, this is what you're going to be doing with a business. So you'll be able to ask different questions and get different information to be able to analyze and review it to decide whether or not you want to move forward with that business. There are 3 areas of due diligence: financial, legal, and operational. There's a lot of different subcategories underneath this, different things that you want to ask for, and everything. But generally, things will fall into these 3 main buckets as you're asking for information from the seller to do an analysis of whether or not you want to move forward in the business or whether you need to maybe negotiate on a few different things. So some of the things that you might be able to negotiate on would be purchase price. If you find a couple things that maybe aren't quite what you expected in the business, and you realize that it might be costly or expensive to fix, you can have a conversation with the seller or their broker to explain why you're asking for a price reduction for particular reasons, and you're able to actually point to something and not just say, well, I think the business should be worth less. But you might say, well, the financials didn't support X, Y, and Z, and that's why I'm asking for this reduced price. Or we were expecting to see a higher growth trend, and we didn't see that in the financials. If you can show it to us, great. But if not, then we need to make some adjustments. Perhaps you realize that there might be some additional training that might be needed. So maybe you need a longer seller transition time, or you need the seller to agree to act as a consultant so that you're able to step in and run the business. Knowledge doesn't leave once that seller is out of the business. So again, if you're looking at the different areas of due diligence, we can help with that. We'll provide a few other videos on things that you should be asking if you work with us. We have a lot of different checklists. And then we also know what it is that we're looking at once we get the different things that we request, right? So sometimes people will say, well, yes, I know that I need to ask for financials. They get 3 years of financials and then they don't know what to do from there. One thing that you may hear is that accounting is the language of business. So if you don't speak the language or you don't know what is happening, even though you have the financials, you have these numbers, you can't quite interpret what the story is. So if you do have some help on due diligence and starting to look through all the different pieces of information that a seller provides, you can start to put that story together and figure out, is this a story that you want to be a part of? And is this a story that you want to expand on? Hopefully the answer is yes, because the business turns out to be fantastic. You see a lot of places that you can do value adds, a lot of places to expand, and the business really fits in with your skill set. Or, maybe you've had the experience of looking for a house. As you get into it, you realize that pretty quick that this is not the right place. And sometimes that happens in business too. You have some great conversations with the seller. As you start to get in, you realize that it's going to be a lot more work than maybe you wanted or anticipated. It doesn't mean that it's a bad business. It just means that it's not for you. But as you start to do some of that due diligence and really figure out, is this the right business for you? And you have a good business plan, you have a good marketing plan, you have a good operations plan, and you really recognize what your skills and strengths are. All those things are going to be taken into account in deciding whether or not you should move forward with the purchase and sale process. And again, how much room you need for negotiating or how much room you have to negotiate and leverage based on the different things that you do end up finding in due diligence. So hopefully this video was helpful. Again, if you're starting to think about buying a business, we would love to help you. And we hope that you check out our next videos about things that you should be asking for in due diligence.